Where's my foiling snobs, peeps? Legit peeps. Peeps, 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 peeps. I love peeps. Hello, Cynthia! Hey, Venus! Hi, T! I miss you, T! Happy Valentine's Day! Cynthia says, I'm first! Hi, Lynn! Hi, Sandy again. Let me turn the light on in here. Ooh, so bright. Happy Super Sunday. I'll be honest, I don't really care until the halftime show goes on because the Steelers aren't playing, so whoopity doopity doo. That's how I look at it. Attitude Nance. Hi, Emily. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to foil. Now let's go. Okay. So, T says, my favorite thing about holidays, the shaped and fresh Reese's. Hearts, eggs, trees. Yes. Yes. Hi, Rhonda. All right. So, I did a video a few hours ago before my friends stopped over on using the Pink Fresh Studios solid hot foil plate on the brand new Glimmer that I received, and I want to thank you guys for helping me out with that. And we foiled some negatives or waste foil. So this was my original foil. These were on sale at Spellbinders, and I got this out of it. And then this one on black cardstock. In this one, and I used Spellbinders Glimmer Specialty Cardstock, and I also used Graphics plastic, so worked out beautifully. And of course hammer mill. So we're going to do the same tests, but we're going to do them on the foil press. So I know someone had commented that they've had a foil press sitting in the corner for 2 years and they haven't opened it yet, so come on, let's do this. So what you're going to do is you're going to turn the machine on here. Once you turn it on there, we're going to start with Gemini foil. So Gemini paper foil works on a low setting, here and low. So we're going to give this a minute to warm up, and I'm going to put my Pink Fresh Studio hot foil plate on there. And I'm going to put my cover plate on there. Now, this particular platform of mine will warp. This will get to warp speed in no time, which is fine for our demonstration today. So we're just going to push that aside while I talk about foil and advantages. You will notice that this heats up very quickly. Oh, we can't use that one yet. Sorry. I don't have any negatives to show you. So we're going to start with Nancy got the new to me diamond plate, and I am going to link my Amazon shop because these are all there if you want to get them from Amazon, and then I earn a couple of pennies when you guys shop from Amazon using my link. So let me put that in there. All right, so we have the diamond plate, I have the chevron plate, and the solid plate. So we're going to play with these a little bit. Let me talk to you about foils real quick, because this is a huge difference in the Gemini machine. Right? So, Gemini foil press machine, that's their hot machine, only works in the Gemini or the Gemini Jr. So, if you have a big kick, a big shot, a vagabond, the switch, the Spellbinders Platinum die cutting machine, it will not work. So if you have a Gemini or a Gemini Jr., then you need to buy that guy, the Gemini Foil Press. If you have any of the other machines, then go back and watch my earlier video where I did the unboxing, or I used the Glimmer video. I do have the unboxing video uploading. The foils that you can use in the machines. The Gemini Foil Press machine, this machine is the only one that you can adjust the heat setting low, medium, and high, and you can set a timer. A timer really doesn't do anything except a countdown. It's not doing anything except giving you, you know, how long your thing has been on there. So the heat setting is determined by which foils you're using, okay? That's what's going to determine the heat setting. If you are having problems with your foiling on this particular machine, you really need to know which foils you're using. And the only one I don't have displayed here is the Blue Bonnet. The timer setting has to do with the size of your hot foil plate. So in this case, we're using a larger hot foil plate. So we're going to need a little bit more time. Okay, so heat setting has to do with your foil. Timer has to do with the size of your hot foil die. Okay, as I mentioned in the other video, the dies are special hot foil dies. They do not cut anything. All they do is put an impression into the foil, into your paper. These foils are the only foils that will work. So you cannot use deco foil, mink foil, toner foil, transfer foil. I don't care whose brand it is, they will not work. These are specialty hot foils. These are designed to go with these machines. So Go Press and Foil is made from Couture Creations. Gemini has two, Gemini Papercraft Foil and Gemini Multi-Surface Foil, and it will say right here. Papercraft Foil I do not recommend in the Glimmer machine. I only recommend in the Gemini machine. Now, Gemini Multi-Surface Foil you can use in any of the machines because the Multi-Surface Foil has a higher heat transfer level. And then you have the Glimmer foils, and I just wanted to show you, Glimmer did change the look. If you have the teal and white box, which is this one, or you have the new white and gold, it doesn't matter. And as far as I know, I don't think foil goes bad. I have some foils that are years and years old and they still work fine, but I'm not a chemist, I'm not a scientist, so I don't know. That beeping is telling me the machine is done. Now here's the difference. Gemini Papercraft Foil is the only foil you can use on low heat. That's why it will not work in the Spellbinders machine. Hey Jennifer, hey Melissa, hi Gail. If you're going to be using the Glimmer machine, the Spellbinders Glimmer machine, you can use any of these other foils. So either Gemini Multi-Surface Foil, Go Press and Foil, Glimmer foils, or Blue Bonnet hot foils, okay? If you're going to use any of these foils in this particular machine, we need to crank the heat up. And when you crank the heat up, it does cause a little bit of warping to your platform. However, you can buy a replacement platform right now. The pricing is, I think, still under $30. At one time they were $60. They dropped down to $40. We've seen it as low as $20. And I do recommend having some extra foil press platforms. Now, Spellbinders does not offer an extra platform at this time you can purchase. I have emailed them and told them what happened with mine, so hopefully they'll, you know, take some consideration and start selling these extra platforms. And this is what I mean by the platform. This top piece here, which I just let the thing slide out. Okay, so this is already starting to warm. We have it on low. I'm just going to get to foiling here. I'm going to start with the Gemini Papercraft Foil. And again, you want to use the Papercraft Foil on low. If you have the Multi-Surface Foil, you want to use that on a higher temperature. And the only way to tell, well, there's two ways you can tell. One, the name on the box, and I always say keep them in the box. If you lost your box, look at the core. If it's Gemini foil, the core will be brown. If it's multi-surface, it's white if it's paper. All right, so we're going to make some backgrounds here, and then we're going to foil the negative. So I'm going to start with good old Hammermill 100-pound color. Premium color stock, okay? And I don't need a shim in mine. We'll see how this goes. And because this is a larger foil plate, I'm going to go 20 seconds on the timer. Okay, so the machine is green here, telling me it's up to temperature on low heat. And then all this is going to do is count down 20 seconds for us. Hi, Gail. You guys have to let me know when the halftime show comes on. Now what I'm going to do when this is done, I do have my little pliers and my silicone mat to pull my plate off when it's hot. I don't use the little grippy things because it really doesn't get too hot. I grab the top left and the bottom right corner, but I just remove this. No taping, I try not to shift anything. There's a little lip here that holds this plate to the lip. If you have a problem with your foils shifting, you can use this Cricut heat safe tape the same way that we've used it on the Glimmer to hold everything together, and make your own little hinge system here if you have a problem with the plates shifting. Okay, now on the full-size Gemini, they do have different adapters that work, because this is for the Junior, but if you have a full-size Gemini, you have different adapters you need. So all I do is I grab this corner and the bottom right corner, I unhook it, and now I'm going to run this through my Junior. Bzz, that's all I'm going to do. Okay, so today's testing is really going to be on the solid hot foil plate, but in order to do that, I need to make some of these waste foil or negative foil pieces. So we're going to get 2-for-1 backgrounds here. This should have foiled perfectly. I'm also going to use a piece. This is Spellbinders Card Shop Essentials. I'll write that on the back for you guys. Spellbinders. This is Hammermill. Okay, and I'm going to use that same color foil while we're on low. I will move up to the last two will go to. And you want pretty side down, because this side of the foil, this matte side, this has a heat activated adhesive built in it. And that's what's different of hot foil versus deco foil or any of those. They don't have that adhesive built in like this does. All right, we've got really good foiling. So this is what we're going to be playing with in a moment. So we're just going to put that to the side. Look at that. Beautiful. Now, if I had underfoiling where it didn't press in enough, then I may need to add a shim, or I may need to change my heat. So when I change to the other foils, you'll see what I mean there. But that one is stunning. It's beautiful. Okay, so this is the Spellbinders Glimmer Specialty Cardstock, which is basically Yupo paper. So this is this. I've cut it down. They have 25 sheets. I think they also sell it in 10 sheets. $24.99 for the 25 sheets. It's basically Yupo paper, so it is a little bit more expensive, but I think it works best if you're having problems with the solid plate. So this is Spellbinders, ready for the reveal. Once again, stunning. The nice shiny finish on that. Oh my gosh, you guys. It's amazing. Okay. All right, now what I'm going to do for the last two, I'm going to do two more, is I'm going to switch to this Go Press and Foil. Now to use this Go Press and Foil, we have to change our heat setting, because Go Press and Foil and Glimmer Foil works at a higher heat setting. So we're going to move, this is Diamond, Iridescent Diamond Finished it's called. So we're going to move our machine to medium, okay? And once that heats up, we'll go to 30 seconds. Yeah, Yellowstone. I only got to watch one episode of that. And I'm going to do one of these on hammer mill, and I'm going to do one on the, and again, shiny side is always down. It's telling me it's up to temp. Something else in my house is beeping. I don't know what it is. So this is the hammer mill 100 pound. And we're going to do, it says it's up to temperature. We're going to do 30 seconds. Actually, I'm going to do 35 just because it's a larger die. Let me tell my kid to check the fridge beeping. Okay, so 35 seconds we're going to do. Normally I would do 30 seconds. This is a larger die, so temperature setting is based on the foil you're using. Timing is based on the size of your die. Okay, so we're going to do 35 seconds on this. Hi, Paula. Hi, Delina. Hi, Debbie. Now this is definitely significantly warmer, and I can see my platform starting to warp a little bit. Should not affect this at this point. Okay, we're going to beep, and carefully I'm going to grab those two corners and feed it through the Gemini Jr. Okay, so I'm going to pull that. I'm going to let that cool. I'm going to put another piece of this foil down while we're waiting. And I'm going to use the Graphics plastic craft film, which is much cheaper. I actually found it cheaper after I did the video on joggles. So this is 10 sheets for $7.99. Joggles has 25 sheets for $9.99. Okay, and I'm going to hit start on that. So this is the hammer mill. And that's the Graphics craft plastic film. Okay, let's see how this one looks. We could have some underfoiling. We'll see here. Actually, no, that is superb. Oh my gosh. That is gorgeous. Wow, and those diamonds, you guys see all of that? So cool. It's like diamonds on diamonds. Because diamonds are a girl's best friend. Okay, let's see what this one looks like. So if you have underfoiling, particularly if you are using Go Press and foil or Spellbinders foil, you may need to crank your temperature up a little more. In other words, you may need to go to high. If you have overfoiling, the opposite needs to happen. It means that you have either too many shims in here, and I don't necessarily need a shim in my machine. I've heard that the full-size Geminis are super tight, so I don't think shimming is usually the problem with these machines. I think it's just people don't understand the difference between the foils and the heat settings. So if you're going to use Spellbinders or Go Press and foil or Blue Bonnet foil, you really need to experiment with medium or high heat. But really, you don't need to go over 35-40 seconds. If you're leaving that on the machine for a minute, 2 minutes, that timing is doing nothing. You're just giving it way too much heat, and then you will cause this platform to warp even faster. Okay, so you don't need to turn your heat up or your timing up. You just need to watch your heat. And this is that graphics plastic, and here you can really see the difference. Let me show you guys what I mean. Let me write graphics on this. The major difference I see between the graphics and the Spellbinders is that the graphics, once it gets heated, it loses a little bit of the shine. Okay, so here is the Spellbinders. Notice how smooth and glossy that foil is. Okay, here is the graphics one. It's still foiled, it's still beautiful, but it lost some of that shine. It almost has kind of a matte look to it. You guys see that? So again, from the average card maker who's looking at this, probably won't notice, but if you're going to use them side by side, you're going to notice that the Spellbinders gives you a little bit better foiling when it comes to the sheen, the shine, and the gloss on it. That's the biggest difference I noticed. Now, from a budget standpoint, this stuff is way cheaper. So, you know, you get what you pay for. All right. All right. So now that we have, I think we have plenty of pieces for negatives here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to show you guys the solid plate. Does anybody have any questions about basic hot foiling before I move on? Yes, Cynthia, you should. So I'm going to take this plate off. You grab that with your metal tongs. You close them and grab it. And then you move over to your silicone sheet and you open it. Okay, you do not put your plate in between here. Okay, you just close it. The magnet grabs it, and then when you get to your silicone sheet, you drop it. It is going to be very warm because, again, we are on medium here. Okay, so I have these 4 sheets, and I'm going to use those same papers and see how we get them to transfer the negative or the waste foil, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to bring the solid hot foil plate in. This is from Pink Fresh Studios. The waffle flower one looks like it's going to be a little bit larger, but the price is also higher. Again, this one on Amazon is somewhere around 20 bucks right now. I'm going to link my shop for you guys. The waffle flower one, I think when I saw it was like $35. So for me, it's always about budget. You guys know that. Yep. T, if you do, check Hobby Lobby. All right, and I did show the video for, hi Debbie, I showed the Glimmer Machine video earlier today, so you can go back and watch that. It's very short, it was only 26 minutes long, so I'm just doing the same kind of experiments here on the foil press. So our plate is warming up, it's not quite there yet, so we're going to give that a little bit. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our waste foils, our negative foils. We don't want to waste them, we want to use them. And we're going to place those shiny side down on our plate. And we're going to grab our paper. Again, I'm going to start with Hammer Mill. Okay. Now this is where you may need to add a shim because we want overfoiling on here. So when I go to reveal this, if it doesn't do a full transfer, then I will add a shim because we want that extra pressure with the heat. This particular method we're using, Jennifer, because we don't have any toner here, we have to use hot foil without the toner. If you're going to do toner negatives, like here I have some toner negatives, you have to use a toner sheet. So these are regular mink foils, H&H foils, whatever. You can't use these in a hot foil system. These foils don't have an adhesive built in. And that's what you guys really have to understand. The difference is toner foils don't have an adhesive built in. This will only stick to something to stick to. This will only stick to a printed image like this. Sneak peek, okay? Hot foils have an adhesive built in. So hot foils These are going to stick to everything, okay? Everything. So if you want to foil your negatives from toner foil or mink foils, this is not going to work. You need to use toner foil, and Crafty Critta just launched those colored toner foil panels, which I'm going to be giving away today, by the way. All right, I think we're warm enough here. I'm going to hit start. Troll Patrol, got him. Oh, T got him. T got him, Troll Patrol. Correct, Therese. If you have the Gemini Jr machine, you want this machine. You want the Gemini Foilpress machine. Yep. Well, come on, Beverly, get it out. Okay, now I think I'm probably going to need a shim based on my experience with this, but let's see. And this is Hammer Mill. Where's my pen? Where'd I put my pen? Okay, so this is the negative, and you just want to carefully pull off one of the corners. If you notice that it has not fully foiled, you can close this back up and run it through again. You can't do that with toner foiling, but you can do that with hot foiling. So you just kind of want to peel back the corners, take a little sneaky peek there. Looks good. Now my concern with my machine is since the platform is starting to warp a little bit here, sometimes the center gets underfoiled, but not in this case. Oh my gosh. Look at that diamond. Look at that. Okay. Beautiful. So we've used every bit we can use on here. Now this goes in the trash. So first time it was used, second time it was used. Stunning. Okay. Let's do it again. So this time, I'm going to use one of the silver sheets, which was the higher heat transfer. Notice I'm staying at medium, 35 seconds. I'm going to smooth that out as much as I can. Okay, and I'm going to go back in with the Spellbinders. This one's the Spellbinders. Let me write that down. Now, your machine might need a shim. Your machine might be too tight and not need a shim. You're going to have to practice. Practice gives you experience. Experience is what makes you better, okay? I cannot give you the correct answers every time because everybody's foiling machine, your papers, your foils, your die cutting machine, the humidity in your room, all of those things are going to matter and factor into your foiling. Keep in mind too that I foil pretty much on a weekly basis. So for me, you know, I would say I have a 90% pretty good rate, okay? Even still, I have 10% of the time where it doesn't work out for me. I have days where it doesn't work out for me. You can't give up. You have to keep trying. You've spent the money on the machines. You've invested in the foil. You want to make pretty art. Get it out and do it. Okay, Debbie has a great question. So Debbie, Crafter's Companion, who makes the foil press, came out with a larger size platform. The base, this bottom part, is going to be the exact same size. But this platform is going to be a few inches larger on each side. And that's because the Gemini is wider, the regular size Gemini. And you need to trigger those sensors when this feeds through. So they do have a larger foil press platform for the regular size Gemini that you will need to buy when you buy your foil press. So yes, that's a great question, Debbie. Okay, so again, we're gonna give this just a second to, you want it to cool down so the foil has a chance to adhere. While we're waiting for that, we're gonna keep on trucking here. I'm gonna do the black cardstock like I showed earlier. So this is just Recollections brand 100-pound heavy cardstock from Michaels. Here's the Spellbinders. Let's see how we do here. Fabulous. And I generally cut my sheets 5.5 by 4.25, guys, because I know sometimes the edges don't come out foiled perfectly. And here's the case here. We have some edge from the foil here, which is fine. I'm just going to cut that off. But always go larger with your paper so that if you have any of those edges where it doesn't completely get foiled or over foiled, which happens sometimes, you can cut that off. So that's beautiful. Garbage. Okay, so this is the black 100-pound cardstock. We're still doing medium, 35 seconds, and we're foiling the waist. Yay, Rhonda! Stacy's here. Okay, and then we're going to do one more, and I'm going to use the Marco's Craft Plastic on the last one here. And I'm trying to utilize as much of this plate as I can to make sure that all of the design is centered as well as it can get, so that when I apply my paper, I get pretty even foiling. I don't want it really hanging off the edge too much. And this is my craft plastic, Graphics Craft Plastic. Oh, see, now that one's shorter. Oops. Go. Okay, and I'm going to hit start. All right, here we go. And again, just take a peek, take your time. If it were underfoiled, I would close this back up and I would run it through again. I wouldn't change my heat, I wouldn't change my timing. I might put an extra shim in there, but that's all I would do, and then run it through again. But as you can see, I'm having a very lucky foiling day today, and everything I have foiled today has come out fabulous. And this is regular cardstock, you guys. There's nothing special about this. So when people say you have to use a specialty cardstock, you really don't when it comes to foiling. If you're having some problems and you want a little bit of a cheat, yes, the Spellbinders does come in handy as a little cheat. But once you learn your machine, you don't need this little cheat anymore, okay? It does help. And some of you guys probably already have Yupo paper or have Graphics Craft Plastic. And if you have the black Graphics Plastic, that will work too. But you can foil on anything. You can foil on burlap. You can foil on fabric, ribbons, chalkboard paper. I mean, anything you have, you have to figure out what foil are you using for the heat setting, and you have to figure out your timing based on the size of your die, okay? Hi, Mimi. Thanks, Jody. Okay, so Debbie just searched for the larger platform and saw an adapter to use with the smaller platform. You can use that, Debbie, but I don't think a lot of people had success with that because of how large the Gemini machine is. That's why they made, starting last year, a new bigger platform. You can try that. It's just all it is a larger cover plate. which is this piece here, so that it triggers the sensors in the full-size Gemini. But I don't have the full-size Gemini, I only have the Junior. Right, Abraham? It does come out. It comes out smooth and sleek. Now, again, the craft plastic, the graphics craft plastic. Ooh, see that? We have some underfoiling going on there. See that? So we're going to put this back in. And I think, oh, we have underfoiling because that's the part of the plate it was hanging off. So I really should not worry about that. But we're going to stick it back in anyway. You can foil on anything, Therese. You just might need to increase your heat temperature a little bit because it's thicker cardstock and it's a little more porous. Yep. Do we have Robin Cooper or Patricia Williams here today? If Robin Cooper or Patricia Williams are here, we want to send you a thank you note. Please email us your address at foilingsnobsclub@gmail.com, and that would be Robin Cooper and Patricia Williams, because you guys help me with your donation, so we want to send you a thank you card. And for you last minute people, tomorrow is Valentine's Day, so get on it. Hello, Tammy. Correct. This is only, all of the advice I'm giving is for hot foiling. If you are doing toner foiling, that's a little bit of a different story. Toner foiling is a little more picky than hot foiling is, although hot foiling is more expensive and a little harder to learn, in my opinion. Okay, let's see how this looks. I don't want to run this in too many times because then we end up losing our gloss on the foil, and we already lose it because this is the craft plastic. So you can see now it's missing on this side. This is the side I pulled last time, right here. So that side is all good. This side, which is fine. Again, I'll take it because I'll cut those edges down. So how many today? I'm going to shut this off. How many panels did Nancy make and get today? So out of my glimmer, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of the glimmer. And just now out of the foil press, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now I have all of these. Now you guys want to know, what am I going to do with them, right? Well, I don't have a halftime show, but I can give you a card making show. I'm going to turn my machine off, let everything cool down, move it off to the side here. I only have a couple card bases makeup. So the next thing I do is I look at them for any flaws or defects that I need to cut off. Most of these will be cut down to 5. Delina, that's correct. You do not need to dusty on hot foil. Yep. Yep. Good job, T. So now, since most of these were 5.5 by 4 1/4 when I started, I have some little excess pieces there. So we're going to cut these down to 5 1/4 by 4. T is on it tonight. Whack-a-mole. I could tell this was the Marcos because you can see that it's not as shiny as the Spellbinders. It's still pretty, but they lose some of that shininess. All right. You guys have had some great questions tonight. Go ahead. Yeah, it's different. You don't always need it to be like in your face shiny. Now these, I have matching heart dies, so I'll use the dies to cut those out. Not very much on this one. And if your foiling doesn't come out great, you know what you do? You cut off the pieces that don't look great. I want to show you guys an example. If I didn't send it out. Yesterday I sent out 18 cards. Here we go. Here's one I made. So this is what we're going to do. So if you're part of the card swap and you have a birthday coming up this month, you already got your card in the mail. If you haven't signed up, you'll want to sign up for March and maybe you'll get one of these. So this is just real simple. This is cut out a foil card, and all I do is mat it on black and put the happy birthday on there. How simple is that? It makes a statement without covering up the background. Okay. This one I actually messed up. So I did the diamond foiling and I have the matching stamp. Well, I can tell you the stamp and the foiling don't like each other. Because if you foil first, it's really hard when you stamp on it. Your ink wants to smear on the foil, right? If you stamp first and then try to foil, it's really hard to line up. So when I did this, I actually smeared the ink on this. So I ended up cutting it in half and still being able to save the part that I didn't smear. So don't think, oh, I messed it up. You know, you can still save it. And that looks amazing. And the stamp, the diamond stamp, is also from Pinkfresh Studios, is in my Amazon shop. That's right. That's what backgrounds are for. And I do try to make sure I cut a little bit off each side, even if only one side needs to be cut, so that I can try to keep this diamond in the center. So you don't want to just cut off of one side, because if you just cut off of one side, then your diamond's not going to be in the center anymore. This is Marco's. Yep, graphics. I can tell. I can tell. Now, you can use markers and color over this. You don't have to stamp over it, but you can stamp over it. You can use permanent markers. You can use watercolor markers. So whatever you have handy, if you wanted to color or stamp over foiling, you can do that. Just remember that your foil may resist that ink, and it may smudge a little bit if you don't allow it enough time to set or dry. Cynthia says, I'm in my happy place, watching Nancy and eating pizza. We had pizza for dinner tonight too. Well, I'm in my happy place hanging out with you guys. Hi, Crystal. All right, so whoever's got the game on, go ahead and tell us, give us a score update. Pizza for breakfast. Ugh. Leah had ice skating today. She did really well today. She did excellent today. She's definitely getting more comfortable in the skates for sure. Okay, we only got a couple more to go. Debbie said, what game? Stacy claims that her new platform has not warped yet, and Stacy uses, I mean, she pretty much uses every foil except Gemini foil, so she hasn't had any warping. The plate that I have, the first time I used it, it started warping, so I think it does depend on the platform, maybe when it was manufactured, and I think maybe some of the newer ones don't warp. Maybe it's the older ones that don't warp. I don't know. But my old one, it took a really long time for it to warp. And the new one kind of warped right away. So it doesn't really bother me as long as it still works. But I know some of you will kind of panic when you see that. That's one of the advantages to the Glimmer is you're not going to have that with the Glimmer machine. But again, it all depends on what kind of die cutting system you have on which foil machine you want to purchase. Because if you have the Gemini system, you're not going to be able to use the Spellbinder system. I think I cut that one way too short. Nope, that's right. I cut a little bit more off of that one. Have all those cut down. And then from here, I just decide, okay, what kind of card fronts do I want to put them on? What kind of embellishments? So we have 3 card fronts. So we'll make 3 cards today. So we'll do one of these. So I don't need to do much with that. That's ready to go. We'll do one like that. And we'll do this one. Siri says Rams 7, Bengals 3. Okay. So I don't normally cut sentiments ahead of time, but I know a lot of you guys do. I know that Abraham does. I know that Stacy does. So if you guys are one of those people that just get, just get relaxed from sitting and cutting a whole bunch of sentiments at a time, this is where you bring them in. So I'm very lucky because I do have a very special friend who does enjoy. It's very relaxing to her to cut sentiments out, and she mails them to me. Plus you guys mail them to me, and I literally keep them in a basket for moments like this. So when you sit down and you have a play session and you have all of these beautiful backgrounds, and now you're like, okay, where do I go from here? This is where we grab those fun sentiments and we turn them into cards. And I'll share with you guys a trick that Chow shared with us. Oh, that looks good. So I'm going to use my little Xyron sticker maker. And Chow watched a video, and I'm sorry, I don't remember the YouTube video, but she shared it with us. And, you know, when you use the Xyron sticker maker, you get these little boogies. Okay, and you're supposed to be able to rub those boogies out of there, but that doesn't always happen. So, I'm going to take die cutting plate, plastic shim, my little Xyron stickers, the embossing shim, which mine is very cut up, and then the top plate. Okay, I'm going to run this through the Gemini Jr. So we took out the magnetic shim. So I guess what this does is that rubber shim presses down into the adhesive and then it eliminates those little extra boogies that we get. You want to pull your top sheet off first. Oh yeah, definitely way less boogers. And if you don't know what I mean, it's a Xyron thing. And just gonna take my little tweezers. I'm going to try to roll this off the adhesive. There we go. And sort of going to put it right here. And sort of hope it's straight. There we go. Now, of course, then you could embellish this with gems or balloons or presents or whatever you want to do. I think that that stands out enough on its own. The hot pink happy birthday and a foiled background there. All right, and then for this one, look at these big round ones she sent me. Let's do, ooh, I like this blue one. That looks good. Ooh, I like this one better. I think she told me these were embossing folders. And she cut them out with a circle die after she embossed them. And I just really like this big round shape. I think it's fun. Put some foam tape on here. Hey, Sherry. Oh, Sherry's puppy sitting. Oops, let's move that. Hi, Patty. Yeah, Xyron machine gives us boogies. So on this one, put that on there. Kind of center it and sort of make sure it's straight. Okay. That one's now done. Dunzo, dunzo. Ooh, got some of these. That looks cool. There's this one. No, I like the red. Now this one, I'll just use some fine tip glue on this one. Yep, that's what I did, Patty. Ran it through my Gemini. I probably do Abraham, but honestly, I have a whole big baggie. I mean, a whole basket Abraham, and I don't feel like going through and digging through all of those right now. So these were the ones that were on top and the easiest to grab for me. These were the newest ones, so that's why I grabbed these. I literally have a whole container full of cutouts she did for me. And now I have to get all these back in their little baggie so they don't get broken and bunched up. I'll do that later. So these are some of the die cuts I have from you guys. Okay, there's a ton in here. A lot. Okay, so hopefully this has helped some of you guys that are having problems with the solid foil plate from Pink Fresh Studios. You really just need to practice using your machine, knowing again what temperature for the type of foil that you're using, knowing what kind of papers will work best. Again, all papers work, but some papers work a little better than some other papers. But it's really easy to do the foiling. Like I said, Spellbinders had a sale, so I did pick up a couple of things there. And if you have the Glimmer machine, I have the video of me basically doing the same thing earlier today with the Glimmer and foiling the waist pieces, and they came out just as beautifully using that Pink Fresh Studio plate. And if you want to pick that up, or any of these foiling plates, if you want the diamond plate or you want the diamond stamp or you want the chevron one, they're all in my Amazon shop. I linked them down below for you guys. I'll also link for you guys the craft plastic film. Like I said, I found that at Marco's for $7.99 for 10 sheets, but you can also get 25 sheets at Joggles for $9.99. And then the Spellbinders, I think the Spellbinders comes out slightly ahead, but it is a little more expensive. The Spellbinders one, I'll put my Spellbinders link for you guys. All right. Does anybody have any questions that I missed? Debbie has a question. Did I get to Debbie's question? Ooh, Nancy has a question. Do you prefer using the foil plate with the waist rather than putting waist down and adding a shim than a top plate? So yes, Nancy, I will be the first to admit that I was too cheap to buy the solid foil plate. It was $35 when it first came out. I told all my friends I'm not going to buy it. I'm going to work around it. And I did find a couple of workaround solutions. One of the solutions was to flip your solid plates over and try it that way. You have to make sure that all this super tape glue is off of there, however. And you do usually have to add a couple of extra shims. So when Stacy Chow sent me this for my birthday, yeah, I was going to be skeptical and be like, this is a waste of money, you guys. Why would you buy this? But it actually does work better because I don't need to add any shims to my machine, or if anything, one shim. I get pretty good results, as you can see here, the first time without having to add any shims. So it takes a lot less effort, a lot less aggravation, a lot less wasted foil, wasted paper, and wasted time by having this. I don't have the waffle flower one. I don't really plan on buying that because, again, it's $35. This is currently in my Amazon shop for $20 and change. So it is nice to have. If you wanted to use one of your solid plates and flip it over, you could certainly try that. But these are not as thick as this plate is. This plate is much thicker, so it gives a lot more pressure. And because it gives more pressure, you get more even foiling across that waist foil. So I do recommend, for $20, that's a price I can live with. Definitely would recommend it. And it'll work with any of your other waist foils. So even if you didn't use, excuse me, got a tickle in my throat. Even if you did not use the Pink Fresh Studio plates, let's say you use the Crafter's Companion plates, let's say you use the Spellbinders plates, it doesn't matter what you use, you can still foil your hot foil waist with this, okay? So that was a great question. If I stick with Gemini brand foils, will that eliminate the problem of the plate warping? Yes, Debbie, absolutely. If you're going to go with the Gemini Jr machine, I always recommend the Gemini paper craft foil. Okay, and you'll have less warping. However, I don't want you to be forced into a corner where you can only buy Gemini paper craft foil. There's a lot of hot foiling companies out there where you can get more foils and they're a little bit less expensive. So what I would recommend is purchasing an extra platform. You can get an extra platform for under $40. And then that way you have one that, I use one that would be my warped one. And you can see this one's cooled down now. So that warping is pretty much gone. It's almost cool. It's really not that bad. It did not affect any of my foiling tonight. So having a warped one isn't a bad idea, but you can purchase just an extra platform if you feel the warping is going to be too bad. And you can keep one and mark it as your warped platform, and you can keep one and mark it as your low Gemini foil platform. It really, unless you get to an intricate hot foil plate, and you might see some underfoiling in the center here where it starts to warp, then you're going to want to switch out your plate or switch out your foils. Yes, and everything is in my hot foil folder for you guys in my Amazon shop. And again, when you guys do shop with any of my links or my Amazon link, I do get a small commission. It doesn't cost you anything, and all of that money helps me to buy more of these wonderful goodies for me to try out and let you guys know if it's FSC approved or if it's something I would skip and move on to something else. I do try to be very frugal and budget friendly so that I can try these things out for you guys to let you know if it's worth spending the money on or not. No, so the tape that I used is Cricut Heat Safe tape, and I actually do show my Glimmer video that's uploading. This is Cricut Heat Safe tape. You can also get this in my Amazon shop. This is the tape that I use to tape my Glimmer plates together. So for the Glimmer machine, you have 2 top plates. In fact, I just taped this and it's coming off here. So you have 2 top plates. So I've taped my 2 plates together, and then I've taped this whole system down the side here to my Glimmer. See that? You don't want to put it at the top here because you don't want to obstruct the contact, but this prevents my dies from shifting as I'm running it from the Glimmer machine through the die cutting machine. Okay, so I use this Cricut Heat Safe tape. Okay, I do see a question I want to answer here. Can you toner foil pre-printed cards on the plate? So I'm going to answer this in the most honest and best way I can for you guys. Can you do it? Yes. Is it worth doing it? No. And I know why this question came up, because there is a company who I think I very well represented today who told people on a recent video, and I did catch the video. Now I will say this, they've done a very good job at representing their company for foiling. They've represented it through the Gemini and through the Foilpress. I think some of their information is a little skewed, but they told customers, and I saw the video that said, if you have pre-printed toner sheets, I don't know, for example, these, okay, and they showed an example where, and I'm not going to demonstrate it today, maybe another day. Don't ask me where these are from yet, but I think you can figure it out if you've been a Nancy Stamps fan for a while. I'm not showing you anything you're not supposed to see for another 2 weeks. Okay, so basically their idea was, you have this on your machine, you take your toner printed image, put that on the plate, and then you take toner foil, okay? Not your hot foil. Do not do that. You take your toner foil, and I'm just going to grab a little scrap piece here, all right? And we're going to play pretend. And you take your toner foil, and you do that, okay? Here is the problem with her video. When she does the reveal, this is not completely foiled. And she goes like this real quick, and then moves on to the next thing. Where if you guys notice, when I show you something, I pretty much hold it up to the camera. I point out, hey, this and this and this is mixed. So here is my official Nancy Stamps Empress of Foiling, Foiling Snobs Club member. Do not do that, okay? I understand people want to get the most bang for their buck, and they want to, you know, try to do as much as they can with their machine. I understand that the company that is trying to promote this wants to sell as many as they can. However, I think that that's a little misleading because your results are not great. If you're going to do toner foiling, do it the correct way. Use a mink or use a laminator. You can buy a cheapy laminator on Amazon. I've shown videos with the swing line laminator and the Amazon Basics laminator, which are both under $30, and you can do your toner printing that way. The other thing I don't like about that demonstration or that video is it's not real clear. Foiling is hard enough, you guys, and knowing the difference between hot foil and toner foil. If you've been watching my video for a while now, you know I pretty much explain the difference on almost every video I do, because there's always new people who are learning, people who only foil once a year, people who bought their machine 2 years ago. So I always want you to understand the difference in what you purchased and what you've invested in and how to get the best use of it. That is why the name of our group is the Foiling Snobs Club, okay? We want you to have the best use of what you've invested in. I don't want you to buy something willy-nilly and get a half a result on it. I almost said it. I want you to have the best results with it. That's why my channel is sponsored by me and you guys, okay? So I don't represent a particular company when I'm demonstrating certain things unless I'm doing a design team video. But I will never lie to you. I will never tell you something that is untrue. And I will never try to promote something just to get a sale out of it. Even when I'm doing foiling videos representing foiling companies, I will always tell you the truth. So you will never see from me mix up toner foiling when I'm doing a hot foiling video. So the answer is, can it be done? Yes, technically it can be done. But Nancy Stamps is saying that is not FSC approved. I do not recommend bringing your toner sheets onto your hot foil plate and trying to toner foil it. I think it's very confusing for people who don't know the difference between toner foiling and hot foiling. And if you are used to hot foiling or toner foiling with a mink or a laminator, you're just going to be sorely disappointed trying to do it this way. So I'm always honest with you guys. I'm always transparent with you guys. I'm never going to tell you, no, you can't do it, because obviously there's a company out there telling you you can do it. But I think they're doing it to promote the versatility of their product, to sell their product. I'm not trying to do that. Yep. Yes. Oh my gosh. Are you going to a Billie Eilish concert looking like that, girlfriend?
Can I have $1?
No. Are you going to use that dollar to buy face wipes? Go take a shower.
No.
Do you know who Cyndi Lauper is?
No, but
You need to go look that up.
Cyndi Lauper?
Yeah, go look it up.
Wait, hold on. Cyndi Lauper.
You are doing an impression of Cyndi Lauper with that face right now, girlfriend. All right.
What do you mean?
All right. Did I answer everybody's questions? I hope I did.
Not mine. My question is, I don't look like her.
Mm-hmm. Girls just don't want to have fun.
Look at it.
Okay, IB Elf has a good question. What is the most affordable good machine for a new foil person? So the cheapest way to do foiling, IB Elf, is number one, to look into a laminator. I have 2 laminators in my shop. I would say the Swing Line or the Amazon Basics. Again, they're both under $30 when I tried them out. Not all laminators are the same. I did previously use, I still have a very old Scotch laminator. That Scotch laminator is nothing like the Scotch laminator that's being sold at Target. So not all laminators are the same. Believe me, I've tried them, I have tested them, and I don't want to say just go to the store and buy a laminator, because again, that's false information. I want you to look at certain types of laminators, but also I'm not going to tell you to go buy a $65 laminator. If you're going to spend $65, then go buy the mini mink. And we have minks. Blick has had the best price. They're a couple weeks out because we keep selling them out, but Blick has had the best price on mini minks. So if you can spend $65, 100% all the way, I'm going to say get a mink. Okay, as far as foils go, we have toner foils, which you can get deco foil and mink foils, but I always recommend textile foils. And then the last thing that you're going to need are pre-printed foil images. And you can purchase these at lots of stores, or if you have access to an inexpensive laser printer, you can get a laser printer for under $150. You can print out images and foil them at home. So this is the easiest and cheapest way to do foiling. This is toner foiling system. Once you get the hang of that, then I would say move into a hot foiling system, which is a little bit more expensive because there's a lot of investment in the different types of hot foils, and the dyes are more expensive. So that is my opinion. If you're going to do foiling, IB-Elf, I would start with toner foiling. I have a whole playlist on toner foiling, and I would start with one of those two laminating machines if you don't want to spend the money on a mink right now, or I'd start right off the back with a mink. But if you have a laser printer and you follow my channel, you might get sneak peeks to companies that print out, that design toner printed images that may be coming out next week for you to download and print at home. And they're really cheap, and you can print 100, or you can print 5 or 10 or how many you want, and print and toner foil them to your heart's content in any color that you want. Yeah, so just saying, might be sneak peeks on Nancy's channel so that you know what to look out for if you have a inexpensive black and white laser printer on some things coming up. Okay, guys, any more questions I can answer for you tonight? Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I will let you all go and enjoy the football game. I hope I answered your questions. This video was specifically on hot foiling with the Gemini Foilpress in the Gemini Jr machine using the Pink Fresh Studios diamond hot foil plate and using their solid hot foil plate. I pretty much did the same video earlier today, just a few hours ago, with the Spellbinders Glimmer machine. I do have a Spellbinders Glimmer 101 and a Gemini Foilpress one-on-one separate videos so that you guys can watch them step by step with your machines that you have. And again, if you have more detailed questions, please join us at the Foiling Snobs Club on Facebook. We're a wonderful group of supportive people. We have almost 4,000 members in our group. We do card making, we do crafting, we do support, we do caring. We're just a really friendly and awesome group, started by myself and my friend Tracy. And next Saturday night, you'll want to make sure you are here at 8 p.m. Eastern, because we have Stamp Wars 18 in the house, and I need to pick a winner. Leah! She ran away. I almost forgot. Let's pick a winner before you guys go. People left. People left. Come back. Okay, the prize that I'm giving away is a toner foiling prize, and I wanted to ask you guys a question before I did this. In these two packs are 8 sheets of each color. So in this package, I call it the Brights, but the official name is Foil Art Color Toner Sheets, product code T0060. We do have a small discount at Crafty Cricut if you want to purchase these. They have the most amazing, beautiful toner foils. And then this one is called Crafty Cricut Foil Art. I call these more jewel tones, T0080. They are called Rich Multi-Toner Sheets. I need to point that out because somebody had to comment on my video that I wasn't calling them the right name, and it really annoyed her. So I'm really sorry that I annoyed you by not calling them the right name. All right, so what I wanted to ask you guys, so first we're going to have a vote, is since there are 8 of each, 2 of each, would you mind if I mix the packs together? So that way, the 2 people that win will have 1 of each color, or do you want me to leave them separate? So everybody vote. Mix them together so you get one of each color, or leave them separate, and then the two winners will either get brights or rich multi-toner sheets. That I'm thinking mix, because then if you like them, you can go buy more, right? Okay, unanimous, we're gonna mix them. So let's do that real quick. Okay, now these are toner foiling sheets. These are brand new. I did a live last weekend. Crafty Critta sent me a whole bunch. I have sent these out to, I mixed them and sent them out to our team. So you will be seeing some more design team work from Child, Tracy, Stacy. So I'm going to make sure that they get one of each color. And instructions, of course. So you must have either a Mink machine or a laminator to use these, and you must have some kind of pre-printed sheets or waste foil, I guess, is the best way to use them. So I think it was Jennifer saying, who asked earlier, what about toner waste foils? This is what you want to use them on. So you guys are gonna get one of each color of the 8 colors. And all right, so the question I'm gonna ask is, what are you using for your toner foiling? Are you using a laminator? Do you have Big Mama Mink? Do you have a Little Mink? Go ahead and answer. And we're going to pick 2 winners. And the instructions are on the back, but again, you use these like the same as the black toner sheets. Now, for those of you that might not win and you're interested in these, I always recommend checking out Crafty Critta. They are the most amazing company. They are a husband and wife group. They are in Australia. They have really jumped on the bandwagon with creating beautiful foil art. They have the most amazing selection of foils, toner foils only, not hot foils. And they're the first company to come out with these colored toner sheets. And these are high quality toner sheets. Someone did ask me in my video, well, couldn't I just print my own at home? Yeah, you can definitely print your own at home, but for the colors that we're getting here, these are industrial printed quality. It's a lot cheaper to buy it from them. You can also buy these in single colors, so you can buy them in just the maroon or the purple or the green or the blue, and I think you get 8 sheets of each one, or the lime green or the bright blue or the fuchsia or the yellow, so you could purchase that way. But they do have pre-printed foil art, so if you don't have a laser printer, they have every possible design, celebration, sentiment that you could want. And they have black foil art sheets, and they have slimline foil art and slimline toner sheets. So wonderful company. We do have a discount code with them. The discount code is FSC05, and when you convert the Australian dollar to US dollars, there's a slight discount. So even though it shows Australian dollars on the screen, when you convert it to American dollars, it is a little bit cheaper, plus you get the discount code. They do ship out rather quickly. US Customs is a little slow, but I would say on average, and you'll get your package within about 3 weeks. Yep. Thank you, T. Paula says, I love Crafty Critta. It's the only company I use for toner foiling. Oh, look at you guys. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Leah loves emojis. She ran away, so she's not going to be here. So I'm just going to scroll, pick. Let me drink my Starbucks quick. Melissa just got a big box of, what did they call it? The Melissa Recovery Pack. This is how awesome this company is. They sent Melissa a box of toner sheets, foil art, and foils for Melissa's recovery. Awesome. And I did want to mention, for those of you that did donate to my friend with the baby who passed away, he did refund all of the GoFundMe. He may open up the GoFundMe again after the investigation, but they are investigating the baby's death, so yes. All right, here we go. Keep commenting. Scrolling, scrolling. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Stop. Audrey Hughes. Audrey Hughes, you are the first winner. You're going to email me your address at foilingsnobsclub@gmail.com. If you don't email within 24 hours, you give up, you forfeit your prize. Audrey Hughes. I don't think Audrey has ever won from us before. Congratulations, Audrey. Okay, we got one more prize package to give away. Keep commenting, keep commenting. No whammies, no whammies. Abraham said, I can email her mine, Audrey. No whammies, no whammies. Bam, 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 bam. Stop. Oh, no. Tracy's not on here, is she? Susie Fick put squirrels in her emojis. If Tracy was here, Susie Fick, she would not like that. But Susie Fick, you are the winner of the second package. So, Audrey Hughes, Susie Fick, please email me to claim your prize at foilingsnobsclub@gmail.com. You're getting a mixture of both. So you're going to get 8 toner sheets, one of every color. Thank you, Crafty Critta, for supporting us. Squirrels. Yes. For everybody else, please make sure you are subscribed, and I will see you guys next Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and the notification. If you had fun tonight, you learned something new, please give me a thumbs up on your way out. All right, so as soon as you guys email me, I'm going to try to get these in the mail so they go out tomorrow when I go to work. Everybody who got snow, please be safe. Go enjoy the halftime show. I will be dancing around in my living room. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.